Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Rurouni Kenshin, episode number 13 reaction. So the previous episode, it was the battle between Kenshin and Aoshi. And within the battle we get to see obviously Kenshin. At the beginning he was kind of not able to keep up with Aoshi, but we've known Kenshin from the beginning. He observes the opponent first, like reads his techniques and then counters it, and that's what he did. It took him a little bit of time, but little by little he got used to it, and yeah, he was able to counter Aoshi and defeat him by the end of it. And we also get to see his new technique, which is like a barehanded technique that he uses. And yeah, it was a really good fight. But then we also get to know about Aoshi's actual story, and we get to know the deeper reason behind why he's doing all of this. The reason is that he didn't want to leave his people, and if he goes and tries to adapt himself to this new world, to this peaceful world, he could have gotten he had gotten a lot of chances to do that, and he could have easily taken one of the promotions and just go on with his life. But then he would be leaving all the people that was following him and who weren't able to adapt to this changing world, and he didn't want to do that. So he decided to stay here, be the leader of the Oniaban, keep being the leader, and yeah, most of his men, they little by little they have adapted and they have found their own path and left. But the five or four, wait, one, two, three, four of them, the four of those guys, Beshmi, Hyotoko, Hanya, all of them, and then the other guy, all of them were not able to adapt to this world, to this new world, to this peaceful world. And yeah, for them he stayed. He didn't want to leave them. And yeah, and then there was also the whole thing with Kanu. Kanu's again trying to act smart. He has his Gatling gun and he's trying to attack us. And Aoshi almost got hit, but the big guy, he came and saved Aoshi, and in a very abrupt way just ended there. Let's see what happens. So yeah, episode 13, let us begin. I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here, sync it to whichever is your preference, and let's begin. Right, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh boy. Yep. Okay. Oh, yeah. This, oh my god. Oh boy. Okay. Battles end. Oh God. Yeah, his muscles were able to. He told him to use his muscles, and oh, yeah, that's it. Oh my! If someone please shut this guy up. What the? Who? Oh, yeah, he has. What? What is? I don't understand one thing. What's happening? Why is Kenshi not doing anything? Oh, he was inside it. Oh no! What? What the hell is going on here? I don't understand. What? Why? How is this? Why is everyone standing? Okay, I'll talk about this later. You know, the biggest. Okay. Like, Hyotoko took so long to go. He's just letting them talk now. I have a big problem with this episode. I'm gonna talk about it in the end. There's so many other ways you could have handled this. I'll talk about it in the discussion section. Don't smile. Yeah. Hmm. There's so many other ways you could have handled this. I just. This guy needs to die. Yeah, well, obviously there's a. Are you stupid? Do you know how to reload it? I doubt that. You're probably that stupid. Yeah. I'm so baffled by this. Like, I don't know why they were like going one after the other. I'll talk about this in a discussion section because I don't know. Like, am I missing something? I feel like there's a lot of other ways you could have handled this. Like, I'll talk about it. Like, you guys can let me know if I'm actually missing something here. Like, because there's a lot of things I'm not really understanding. Like, they could have handled this in a very different way. I don't know why they didn't do that. I'll talk about it. Okay, stop. Hello. We just saved you now. Can someone take that away from her hands? What the hell? Yo! Oh my god, that freaked me out for a moment. Oh, oh great. The police is here now. Okay. Oh, she's trying to leave. Oh, she's trying to give herself up to the police. So help people now. Try to counter that. Like just giving yourself up, like just giving yourself up to the police, and like them sentencing you to death wouldn't really bring them back. Oh, this guy. We know him. Um, Megumi. Yeah, shut the hell up. Piss off. Just go. Can someone please let this guy? What? He could. Shut up. Go away. Oh wait, she didn't know, did she? Uh, well, yeah, Kenshin's telling me it's fine. You know. Okay. Yeah, you're the one to say that, you little piece of. This guy was one of the most annoying characters in this show. I'm glad he's gone, and I hope he never comes back. Yeah, you won't bring the people back. That's what I was saying. So just help people from here onwards. And that is what Kenshin is doing now. He is trying to atone for, yeah. Like he could have been like, oh, I'm going to commit seppuku and like kill myself, but he didn't do that. He's helping people now. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. What will happen to Aoshi? Oh no, did he leave or something? He left. He left. Oh no. Oh my god, he took their heads. What the hell? Well, he's from the Onyaban. He can easily. Oh my god. Uh okay, don't. Oh my god. Hmm. What hap- Yeah, was she cooking or something? I think so. Oh yeah, she was cooking. Great. Yeah, your food is okay. Hmm. All right. He's thinking. He's like, all right, how? What should I do here? How can I fake this? Um. Yeah. It's nasty. Yeah. Hmm. Wow. Oh, this guy. Oh, his he Hanya took his disguise. I remember. Yeah. Oh boy. Wow. Wait, she's 22? That's awfully young. Wait, she's 22. I thought she was 30 or something. Okay, that's good. How she mm, mm, well, oh yeah. I think like Shigeto told something to him. You know, like when he said that come to Kenshin and mm. Mm, that is it. Okay, so this was the end of this arc. Right. Hmm. Okay. Oh, there's something left. I need. Okay. Hmm. Oh boy. Dense forest. Okay, that's it. Right, okay, first of all, I need to talk about something here. Am I missing something? Why was that battle so one-sided in such a weird way? First of all, I don't understand one thing. Why were they going one after the other? I can understand Shikijo, like protecting Aoshi. That is understandable. But then everyone else goes one after. First of all, everyone was here. I can understand Aoshi not being able to move at that point of time. I can understand Kenshin being tired, so maybe he wasn't able to properly, go. What about the others? First of all, Hyotoko comes in. You can see how much long he takes to go. And throughout the whole time, what's his name? Kanyu was distracted on him. Wasn't there any other, I don't know, any opportunity for someone else to go from another direction and, kind of move towards, Kanyu's back and get him? Or, come from a completely different direction and get him? I don't understand that. Hyotoko took so long to go there. Kanyu was completely immersed on that, completely looking at him. So I feel like anyone else could have just gone, like Sanosuke. Couldn't he have just gone from a different side? Couldn't what's his name? Hanya take advantage of that opportunity and go from a different side? Couldn't all of them go from different directions and get Kanyu? Why did they go one after other as if they were waiting in line for the other person to to go? At first Hyotoko goes, along with him comes Beshimi. They get completely riddled with bullets. They fall down. Then goes what's his name? Then Kenshin and Hanya has a conversation. Kenshin goes to get his weapon, while Hanya again sacrifices himself. They're going one after the other as if they're waiting in a line. If everyone went from at the same time at the same from different directions, I feel like this could have easily been resolved in a very small amount of time. I'm really not understanding this part. What happened? Why was this battle so one-sided against an idiot like Kanyu? Also, another thing. Kenshin, I can understand Kenshin not being able to, Kenshin's sword was there in the distance. But, he goes for his sword first. I'm you don't need to go for the sword. You could easily leave your sword there. And while someone else was distracting him, you could just easily go and grab Kanyu and hit him in his head with your fist. Or punch him, One smack in his face, he could have easily been taken out. I feel like there was so much opportunity here to reduce the casualties by a lot. I think maximum casualty that could have happened here could have been 2. That is, I again forgot his name. What is wrong with me? Why am I forgetting this guy's name always? The big guy. Shikijo, I need to remember. Good God, Shikijo. Okay, Shikijo. The casualties that could have happened here was, I feel like, Shikijo and maybe Hyotoko. Other than that, I don't see any other casualty happening here. If they I don't know what happened here. It feels as if they sacrificed all of them just for Aoshi to I'm not understanding this. That's what I'm trying to ask here. What happened here? I don't know. This is so weird in a way. A few of them I can understand, Kenshin not being able to go there because Kenshin is tired. He's fought Aoshi for a long time, and his sword is on the other side, and he was holding Yahiko. I can understand Kenshin not being able to do anything at that point of time. What about Sanosuke? He was there with them, wasn't he? Yeah, Why was he literally standing there doing nothing? I don't understand that. Like, he doesn't move from his location at all. Now, like I said, I can understand, like, if anyone tries to move, he could easily point the gun towards them and attack them. I can understand that. And that's what I'm trying to say. Like, you have to use that opportunity when he tries to point his gun towards someone. The other person should try to go from the opposite direction and grab him. This room wasn't even that big. Like, let me look at the room first. It was I don't know. It was maybe like a, I don't know, like a sizable room, not that big. It isn't like they're in a huge field and this guy's shooting from the other side of the field. No, it's a room. All of them are like in one place. When he's pointing his gun towards one person, couldn't two other person go from two other direction and grab him? I don't understand that. What happened here? Why was Sanosuke literally standing here? Like I said, I can understand Kenshin standing. What about Sanosuke? Like, and then Hanya doesn't really do anything up until the end, when there's nothing else to do. Hanya, like, it's obviously like he's very fast. I feel like he could have easily, like, taken advantage of, like, Hyotoko distracting him. And, like, I don't know, go there and, like, like, attack him or something. Okay, wait a minute, let me check. I feel like I'm missing something here. Let me check. Why was this so one-sided? I'm baffled. Okay, wait a minute. I'm trying to see here if I'm missing something. Okay, wait, no, everyone is here. Okay, Hanya's there behind Aoshi. Shikijo is there, running towards Aoshi to protect him. Sanosuke is there beside Hanya, on the left side. All of them are on the left side. Kenshin is on the right side with Yahiko. Cross each other's path. Like, here, I feel like in this situation only, Hanya and Sanosuke could have easily went on the other side and attacked Kanyu when he was busy distracted or trying to attack Aoshi with his Gatling gun. Shikijo had to come. That's why I'm saying, I feel like Shikijo would have been sacrificed here. No other choice. Like, you couldn't save him in any way. But all the others, like, couldn't they, like Shikijo takes, like, Shikijo, Sanosuke and what's his name? Shikijo, Sanosuke and Hanya were in the same location when Shikijo starts running. Shikijo starts running, comes towards Aoshi, protects him, and, like, dies, and they have a little conversation. All the while, Sanosuke and Hanya was just standing there. I don't understand that. I don't understand what they were doing like that. Why were they just standing there? And why were they all waiting as if they were waiting for their turn to do something? Like, one person, like, falls down, then the other person comes. That person falls down, then Hanya moves. Hanya falls down, and then the other person moves. Why couldn't they come all at the same time? That was literally the option, like the only option that would be viable here. Because Kanryu, he can shoot only one person, If they scattered around and tried to, like, I don't, but I guess, like, a Gatling gun does have a big spread, but that still doesn't answer my question why they didn't do anything. They could have easily went in a different direction, come from a different, I don't know. I'm so mad with this whole thing. I feel like they just killed them off just for the sake of it. All of these characters. Like, one or two characters, if they died here, inevitable, I can understand. But all of them, I'm like, let me know. Am I missing something? Is there something that I'm missing where, like, is there, like, any explanation which could explain that how were none of them able to stop Kanju up until the very end when his bullets, like, stop? When his bullets are gone, 200 or, like, so many rounds that, like, he used, when all of that was gone, only that is when Kenshin could do something. Why? There were 5 to 6 of them. Couldn't any one of them do something from a different direction and try to grab him? Was there any, like, what happened here? And the fact is, like, Sanosuke did literally nothing here. I don't understand why he did nothing here. Look, everyone else was just waiting for their turn, as if, like they were just waiting for their turn to come and do something. And that's why he took out every character one after the other. And while Sanosuke just was standing there, he does nothing. I can understand Kenshin. Again, like I said, Kenshin was, like, obviously, like, tired. He fought Aoshi. And yeah, Sanosuke was also tired, I guess. But was that the reason why that Sanosuke didn't do anything? Because he was tired. But that doesn't answer another question. If Sanosuke was that tired, what about Shikijo? How could he move? He fought Sanosuke and he got defeated. Shouldn't he be more, like, tired than Sanosuke? If he could run from that direction to this direction and protect Aoshi, why wasn't, like, there's so many questions that I have. Hanya as well. Hanya fought up until the end, became unconscious, against the fight against Genshin, and came, like, back, and he still had the energy to come and do something. Why didn't Sanosuke do anything here? I have no idea what happened here. You know what? I'm not happy about this. The first part of this episode, I feel like this whole section they just kill. That's why I'm asking. Like, I'm pretty sure a lot of people have. I'm just watching the remake of this, like, show. I'm sure this happened in the previous, like, the old anime as well, Kenshin. And I feel like people who have watched it might have a better understanding as to what happened here and why this happened. I feel like this episode, I don't know what to say. I feel like they just killed them off just for the sake of it, just so that they can give, like, a I don't know, like a motivation, not motivation, but they could give, like, an excuse for Aoshi to become a bigger threat in the future. It's as if they were, like, just, like, they did something, they killed them off just so that, like, Aoshi would get, like, a stronger goal, like a stronger revenge goal, and he'll come back in the future becoming a stronger enemy for Kenshin. That's literally the reason I feel like they did this. And if that, like, I don't know, what, let me know. That is why I'm asking, because maybe I'm not understanding something, maybe I'm missing something here. So if you can explain to me what happened here and why this happened, why was this the result? If you can give a better, like, an explanation, let me know in the comments, because I'm genuinely curious, like, what happened here. Oh my god, I just cannot, like each and every one of them, one after the other, that was, I don't know what to say. Yeah, all right. So yeah, the first part of the episode was, I was just, like, flabbergasted. And then obviously the next part of the episode we get to see, we save Megumi, and Kenshin tells Megumi to become a doctor. And and since Kenshin had a better, I guess you could say, like, a connection with this guy, the police guy, and with the higher ups, he's like, oh, don't worry about it, everything's fine, I'm giving you the word. And he was like, okay, since Kenshin is telling me to, yeah, it worked, it's nice to have, like, connections in higher places, That was basically this. I'm pretty sure if these police officers, this guy didn't know Kenshin, he probably would have arrested Megumi. So it's nice to have, like, connections in higher places. And he was like, yeah, you know what, everything's fine. She's a doctor. She's working for me. She did nothing. And yeah, even though Kanyu was like, she's the one who did this, she was along with me, she was, But anyways, right, so okay, now let us talk. And in the end, obviously, we get to see that Megumi will stay here for now and, like, do a little job in, like, with that guy, other guy. And yeah, everything is okay. So yeah, all right, okay, now let me talk about this in details, this whole episode. So like I said, the first part of the episode, like, I kind of, like, talked about it in the first part of the discussion section. Like, if you have any answers to that, because I genuinely think there was so much of this could have been handled in such a better way, because there were so many opportunities for them to like do something, and I don't understand why none of them did anything. Like if you say like tiredness or them being tired after a battle, I could say that Shikijo and Hanya were also tired. If they could go and do that and protect, Aoshi, why didn't Sanosuke do anything? You know, Kenshin I can understand. Kenshin fought battle after battle after battle and almost like died fighting Aoshi. So I can understand Kenshin not being able to do anything at that point of time. But Sanosuke? And why was Hanya just waiting for the end up until everyone else sacrificed themselves and then he decided to do something? Like if they did something before and if every one of them like went towards Kanyu at the same time from different directions, they could have easily stopped him, I feel like. And here's another thing. I don't know, like it's a Gatling gun. I feel like yeah, Gatling guns are very fast. But I feel like if they, I don't know. But you know what? No, never mind. Like I was gonna say something like they could like like Hanya could have easily like jumped up or like dodged something. But I guess it's kind of impossible to dodge a bullet. Like it's kind of impossible. And it's a Gatling gun. So yeah, scratch that. Like that. I don't think that is possible. But I feel like there was so much ample opportunity for them to like at least like a few of them would probably would have died, like one or two of them. But I don't think everyone deserved to die here, and everyone there was plenty of opportunity to save at least a few of them. It's as if like they just wanted to kill off these characters just to give Aoshi like a motivation or like some kind of a reason for him to come back in the future and become a bigger threat for Kenshin. That's literally what this seems like. I don't know, man. I wasn't really. So yeah, if you have a better understanding, if you have an explanation for this first part, let me know, because I don't really have an explanation. I'm just surprised that this happened at this degree. But anyways, like I said in the beginning, we get that whole section with Shikijo. I think that is his name. I'm always forgetting his name. Shikijo, yeah, that's his name. And he says like finally I was able to do something for you. My muscles came to like work. And not only that, you can see here like like Hyotoko comes, he takes at least so long to just walk up to them. And here's another thing, Hyotoko kind of like like made Kanyu hesitate. Hyotoko's like, oh, I have in my belly I have my what's it called, oil, I can easily blow up alongside you. So he was kind of startled at the beginning, but obviously later on he like shoots him in the legs and the head. So yeah, but I feel like the amount of time he was surprised and the amount of time Hyotoko was able to distract Kanyu, Hanya and Sanosuke could have easily done something. I don't know what happened here. I genuinely don't know why this went in this bad direction. Like this guy, Kanryu, this idiot, who doesn't even know how to, like, he doesn't know anything other than money. Like, everyone just had to die in his hand. This idiot. I don't know. I'm not happy. But anyways, yeah, like at first, like Hyotoko gets shot in the head. And then Beshimi comes out. Beshimi tries to shoot, but he again shoots Beshimi as well. Like I said, it's as if everyone was waiting in line for their turn. One person falls, then the other person comes out. Couldn't you guys do all of that in the same time? It would have been so much better. Like first Hyotoko falls, and then Beshimi comes out. And then Beshimi falls. And then Hanya decides to do something. And then Hanya falls. Like, why? I don't know. I don't like this at all. I genuinely didn't expect this. Like I expected Shikijo to die. From the previous episode, but I didn't expect this massacre that happened here. Such a. Anyways, so yeah, that happens. Like both Beshimi and Hyotoko dies there, and then Hanya is like, oh, you guys go and save Megumi, and he's like, how much long do you need, Kenshin, to get your sword? And that's why I'm saying I can understand Kenshin not being able to do anything because he was extremely tired. like he had like a fight to the death with Aoshi. You know, his sword was like on the other side and everything. So I can understand Kenshin not doing anything, or not being able to do anything at that point of time. What about the others? Why couldn't they act a bit earlier and subdue Kanryu before it became like this? Anyways, so yeah, Hanya decides to go and like distract what's his name, Kanryu, and we get a little flashback where all of them are like hanging together, and Aoshi was like, oh Hanya, like don't like smile while training, you're going to give out your you won't be able to do your job properly. And he was like, wait, I was laughing, you think so? And he's like, yeah, you not laughing, I was smiling. And he's like, yeah, that's what it seemed like. And yeah, that little flashback, and then Hanya also dies. And then Kenshin is able to get his sword. And this guy is so annoying, Kanryu, probably one of the most annoying characters I've ever seen in any anime. Good god, he was just... And he's like, like what can you do, Kenshin, what is important? Money and Gatling, that is what is important. And then he realizes he doesn't have any bullets, this idiot. And he's like, oh, what? I need to put bullets? Wow, I never knew that. What a surprise. I felt, oh god. And then yeah, Kenshin obviously comes and whacks him with the other side of the sword. And yeah, he gets defeated over there. And yeah, we are off to save Megumi. And we go to Megumi's room. Oh my god, this part gave me another heart attack almost. Like obviously I was expecting, I knew like she's going to be saved, even though she had a knife in her hand. I was like, yeah, they're definitely going to take it out of her hands and save her. But there was that one scene where this scene was done in such a tricky way. Like everyone was like, oh, what are you doing? And she's like, oh, I cannot live like this. I've destroyed so many people's life. I need to kill myself. And she tries to stab herself in the throat. And that's what I'm saying. This part was done in such a tricky way that I actually was shocked here for a moment. Because here she's like, I'm truly glad that I was able to meet you all. Has the knife here in her throat. And she's like, thank you. And the way they made this scene was she does this. They don't show her face, and blood comes out, and I'm like, what the hell happened here? What? Did she actually stab herself? Obviously that's not what should happen, because this is anime. Obviously that shouldn't go in this direction. And especially after we came here to save her and we did so many things, that part really tricked me. And then I realized, oh, okay, Sanosuke actually went there and stopped her. that part actually freaked me out. I was like, what the hell? That was unexpected. And then I'm like, oh wait, okay, Sanosuke's there. Okay, it's fine. Yeah. So obviously, Sanosuke is like, are you crazy? Like, what are you doing? After Genshin did so much to save you, you're trying to take your life? And then yeah. And then that was the first thing that she tries to do. Then the next thing she tries to do is she's like, I'm going to give myself up to the police. So she gives like a salve, kind of thing that clots the blood or something. Gives that to Kenshin, and she's like, I'm going to go and confess my crimes, and I'm going to turn myself in. And obviously the punishment for these type of things are I think seppuku, or execution, something like that. So yeah, her giving herself to the police means dying again. So she comes to the police, the guy who was who we're acquainted with. And yeah, and she was going to say something like, oh, I'm also involved. But Kenshin comes in and, Kanu is tattering, he's like, oh, she's also the one who helped me do this, she's the mastermind behind the opium, you know. And when Megumi was going to say the same thing, Kenshin comes and stops her, and she's like here's the thing. It would have been over if Megumi said that I'm the one who did it, because that would be the person herself admitting that she did it. It would have been over. I'm pretty sure they would have arrested her, and it would have been the end for her. Kanyu can say whatever the hell he wants to. You know, he's a criminal. You know, like his words wouldn't really be that important or that much taken. You know, and there is a possibility of saving Megumi. But if Megumi herself confesses, then it's over. That is why Kenshin comes and like literally stops her from speaking by putting his hand on her mouth. And he's like, oh, nothing, you know, like she's with me, you know, like I don't like, you know, do like, you know, these kind of things. And yeah, she's with me, so, you know, like she never did it. Like all the Kanyu saying is like just crap. And Kanyu again tries to say, when Kenshin just looks at him, glares at him, you know. And yeah, in the end, Kenshin is like, oh, okay. Here also Megumi realizes that he's actually Hitokuri Battosai, and yeah, she never knew that. And Kenshin's like, isn't that right, Yahiko? Like, you know, Megumi's fine, isn't she? You know, like she's okay. She's not in any way involved with any of this. Yahiko's like, yeah, definitely. Like, you know, like me, Yojin Mahiko, no, sorry, Yahiko, Myojin, Yahiko is telling this, you know, like I would definitely not swing my sword for an illicit opium maker. And he's like, right, Sano? And Sano's like, yeah, I don't care, you know, I just tagged out with you guys, I don't know. And Kenshin's like I'm giving my word, isn't that good enough? And the guy's like, okay, if you are saying, you know, fine, you know, we will have an investigation though, but okay, you know, for now I'll give her custody to you guys. And obviously Kanyu's still mad, and Kanyu's like, don't touch my Gatling gun, you know, like you're going to dirty it with your filthy hands. You know how much money I paid for that? Yeah. Right, anyways, so yeah, in the end Kenshin kind of tells Megumi that, listen, you obviously you did a lot of things, you destroyed a lot of lives, but giving yourself to the police and, you know, like taking your life wouldn't bring them back. But there's one thing that you can do that can at least help counter the situation. You can become a doctor and help people out, not only in these type of situations, not only opium related situations, any type of disease, any type of you know, like any type of illness, you can, you know, like you can try to save them. And yeah, that is the best way for atoning for your sins. And maybe you'll find your family someday just like that, you know. So yeah, like atone for your sins. And you have to, like, you know, like you can understand here, like the situation for Kenshin and Megumi are pretty similar. Kenshin is also in a kind of similar like situation where, you know, Kenshin had a bad past that he could do nothing about. You know, he killed a lot of people. He was a Hitokuri Battosai. But now he is a Rurouni who's trying to help others. You know, this is the perfect example. And I feel like Kenshin was definitely, you know, like the perfect person to tell Megumi what to do in this type of situation, because he's literally living the same life that Megumi has lived. You know, he did something bad in his past that he cannot erase, and now he's trying to like, you know, atone for that, and he is helping other people. Like Kenshin could have easily, like, you know, said something like, oh, I'll take my life, or I'll commit seppuku, but he didn't do any of that stuff. No, he decided to keep living, and he decided to help other people, and that is the correct way of atoning for your sins. If you're just taking your life, or, you know, like something like that, giving yourself up to the police or something, you're just running away. You know, if you're taking your life, you're just running away. So instead of taking the easy way out like that, you should stay, and you should try to do something better for this world. You know, so that obviously you cannot really change the past. The people who have died because of you wouldn't come back, but maybe some people who would have died in the future will not die because of you this time. You know, and that is the correct way of atoning for your sins. It's not going to erase your past sins, but you can at least like somehow compensate for it. Your sins will always stay with you. They'll never go. You can never wash those away. The lives that you've taken will never come back. But at least you can atone for it in this way and help other people to at least, to at least lower the burden or something like that. And yeah, that's why I'm saying like Kenshin is the perfect person to to help Megumi in this situation, because he has lived the life that Megumi is living now, and he's the best person to give her lead her in the correct direction. Okay, so that was that. Okay, after that we get to see how she has left and taken the heads, and I just realized why he took their heads to bury them. For a moment I thought like, why did he take their heads? And then I realized like, oh, when we see the graves, he took them. Obviously he cannot really take all of them at the same time, carry them, so he just took their heads so that he could give them a proper burial. So he has taken their heads and he has left using the secret passageway and all that. And everyone, Kenshin and all of them, try to go and stop him, and he's just standing there. And Kenshin here kind of tells him that, like, Aoshi, just come down here and fight me, defeat me, and adorn the word strongest on the graves of those four. But Kenshin, Aoshi doesn't say anything, and Aoshi's like, I'll come back later. I'm not coming for you now. Until I kill you, make sure nobody else kills you. And he's like, goodbye, and he leaves. So nothing you can do about it here. Obviously he'll keep trying to target Kenshin, but that's just how life goes. Nothing you can do about it. And yeah, okay, so then after that, we're back to our house. Kaoru has cooked for everyone, almost chopped off all of her fingers. Almost, it seems like all of her fingers are bandaged. I love how Yahiko and Sanosuke are like, just gonna go to sleep, like, I'm tired. And Kaoru's like, stop, I did so many things for you, I made so much stuff for you, eat. And they had to sit down and eat. And yeah, and they ate it, obviously. Kaoru's like, how is it? And Megumi's like, yeah, as nasty as always. But anyways, after that they say goodbye. Obviously they don't have much room, so he cannot stay there like everyone else. So yeah, so Megumi's like, yeah, I'm just going to that old man, the old man whose disguise was taken by Hanya, that guy. Megumi's going to work for him and help other people, become a proper doctor. And yeah, and she's going to stay somewhere else. But yeah, obviously we're going to meet now and then. We're going to talk, and yeah, we're friends. So there you go. So later on, in the end, Megumi is like, Megumi tells Kenshin that where is that part? If you ever get sick of Kaoru, let me know. And Kaoru's pissed off, and Kenshin's like, what? What does that mean? Anyways, and she tries to leave, and Sanosuke's like don't tease her. I've told you before. She takes everything seriously. And Megumi's like, oh, I'm not teasing. I'm serious about this. And she's like, you become a better man. At least become a man as Kenshin, and then talk to me. Oh boy, that was funny. But anyways, she leaves, and yeah, and they talk about Aoshi for a bit. And yeah, they know that Aoshi will be back, and we'll see about that, what happens. But in the end, okay, Kenshin kind of asks him that Sanosuke, that did you did Shikijo say something or something like that, and did you have a conversation? And when Shikijo and Kenshin crossed path, Shikijo said something about Sanosuke being a very good person and a very promising person, so take care of him. That's why Kenshin asked. And yeah, and I remember, obviously we remember that Sanosuke also said something you don't know what the essence of true battle is. If you want to learn about that, come to Kenshin, he'll teach you, or something like that. You remember he said? So yeah, And yeah, over there, and that was the end. We'll just have to wait for Aoshi in the future. Anytime he can come. Not now though, obviously, because he'll take time to recover and be stronger. And you can see he's like in a forest. There's like 4 graves, and then there's this guy, woodcutter, I think. He's like, "Oh, don't go inside the forest, it's dangerous," but he just leaves. So yeah, let's wait and see what happens with Aoshi, the whole Aoshi situation. Obviously now it's not going to happen now. I'm guessing it'll probably happen maybe in season 2 or something, or maybe season 3, or I don't know when it'll happen. But yeah, anyways, that was it. That was my reaction to episode number 13 of Rurouni Kenshin. Like I said, I'm not really happy about the first half of this episode. I feel like they could have handled that situation in such a different way. So if I'm wrong about that, if I'm not understanding something, and if you have a better explanation for that scene, let me know in the comments. Because I genuinely want to know why that scene went like that. Like, everyone sacrificing themselves is something that I feel like could never have happened here if they worked in a different way, or if they did something in a different, because yeah, like, it's just, I don't know. Like, I talked about that, so let me know if you have a if you have a different point of view for that, and if you have a, like, like a better understanding, or a understandable reasoning for it. Let me know. Anyways, that is it. Thanks for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel or you haven't subscribed, comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. And yeah, that is it. Thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys next week with another episode of Rurouni Kenshin. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.